Hey guys, me Dave. It's 3/5/2021. It's Friday night, so I'm sitting here having a couple drinks, trying to relax a little bit. Like I said yesterday on the video yesterday, I said that I had a pretty decent day. Well, I did, until I went to bed. I was getting ready for bed and all this stuff, and I was looking at my phone, just getting ready to climb in bed and all that stuff. And there was a lot of street theater last night, uh, by certain people, yelling, throwing something up against the fence, all this stuff. I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna call cops. I was getting ready to call the cops. I was recording to see if I could get it on film, and then I went out in the back hall, and then here comes the cop driving really slow, and then he turned around and went back up the street. And so I didn't get much of it on film at all. And I didn't call the cops because he was right out there. you know? So, why was he out there? I don't know. It's, I don't know who's calling them. They do that sometimes. Like I say, I'll be driving and they'll manipulate me, try to get me to run off the road. Somebody calls the cops at that time and says, "Hey, we need a cop sitting on the side of the road where he's driving." And there'll be a cop there. If I'm getting hit super hard driving, there's usually a cop sitting on the side of the road, or a trooper, or somebody close by. So they did that last night. There was a lot of street theater, yelling, banging, throwing shit up against the fence and all this stuff. And then I was gonna call the cops, and then here the cop came, kind of on the main road, driving really slow, and I thought he was coming down here. I thought he was coming here, and then he turned around and kind of drove slow up the street. So they knew what was going on. Somebody called them. Who does it? I don't know. It's not the torturers. The torturers ain't gonna call the cops and be like, "Yeah, we're torturing the hell out of this guy. Can you have a cop come?" It's not them doing it. These guys are being watched by someone. They're being watched by somebody, and they're calling the cops. Like, "Hey, we need an officer sitting on the side of the road," or "We need a cop drive by," or something like that. Or, if I've called, if I call, for help or something, and I don't go to the hospital, I'll say I just call for help. And like that time I talked to an officer, the next day I seen an officer that I've known going through this program. He's come to the house and checked on me before. He took me down to the psych ward. I know who he is and all that stuff. He's an alright guy. They'd have like him drive by the house and stuff like that. So that's what happened last night. I mean, I did sleep okay, but we had a little street theater before I went to bed. Crazy people. Are they on drugs? Probably. They're crazy. They're crazy. You don't mess with those kind of people because they're unpredictable, and if they are on something, they have unbelievable strength. So you don't mess with those kind of people. They're crazy. So that's what happened last night. So I slept okay. I woke up early, fed the dogs and all that stuff, and they actually let me get back to sleep. I slept like 7:30 to 11:30. I actually slept, which was unreal, unbelievable. So it wasn't that bad of a day today. I had to run. I had my relative's car while she was at work, and I had to run Max, the small dog. I don't know, it's kind of a difficult situation. We were fostering the dog, but he's pretty much our dog. He's pretty much my dog. But he does go visit his owner. She's an older lady, can't take care of him anymore. So he was going to go up there and visit her for an hour. So I had to use my relative's car to go drop him off, pick him up. And the lady didn't answer her door, and I was on my way back home, and I had to turn around and go get him, and then we went to the bank. I had to get a new debit card. I couldn't even read the numbers, and and the security code rubbed off on it. So I had to go to the bank. So I took Max with me. We went to the bank and stuff, and had to order a new debit card, which was nice. They didn't charge me, so they're like, "Well, we're not going to charge you because this one's damaged." I'm like, "All right, that's fine with me." So I was running around a little bit today. I had the car, so I took Tanner to the park. I took him, I drove to the park and took him for a little ride and stuff. Tanner, I take him for a walk, and he wants to run the whole time, So I'm sitting here, my pants are kind of falling down. I'm sitting here trying to hang on to my pants and run at the same time, and I'm like, Tanner, slow down, because he wants to run, like, slow down, my pants are gonna fall down here. So, that it hasn't been that bad of a day. I got some things done that I wanted to get done and stuff, and now I'm just relaxing and having a couple drinks Friday night, So I just, I have a few, and then I'm done. It doesn't take me much to get a little bit of a buzz on, and I'm done drinking, and I pretty much hit the sack after that. So other than that, I'm still looking for vehicles and trying to figure out what I'm gonna do there. It's been over a month since I had a car, so it is I'm sick of sitting here, and it's starting to get nicer out, which is it was 40 degrees today, and it's supposed to get into the 50s on Sunday and Monday and stuff. So weather's getting nicer, the snow's melting, you can see the grass, and spring's coming, and so it's time to get out of the house and do some things and stuff. So that's my plan. I don't want to be sitting around here this summer. We're gonna go camping, even if it's tent camping, which will be cheaper anyway. Tent camping is only like $18 a night, so we could definitely go camping 2 to 3 times a month, if we do the tent thing. So we might end up doing that if I end up getting a car. Other than that, not too much going on, you guys. I'll tell you. Okay, so I was trying to get to sleep last night, and they let me sleep. They were nailing my foot super hard. It felt like a beam, I don't know, maybe that big or something, nailing my foot. It hurt pretty bad. I'm sitting here trying to move my leg around and all this stuff, and they're nailing my foot. They did that for quite a few minutes, and stuff, and I don't know what, they like to punish you. They're on a totally different page, it's I'll mention something really quick. Okay, so we can blame these agencies for doing this to us, but okay, in my program, it's contractors. The contractors hire other people to do this, handlers. Are there some people that know about the brain? Probably contractors, and all this stuff. They're going by a manual, you guys. That's why it's kind of the same around the world. Somebody could be in the UK, and they could have a similar program. They're all using the same manual for this program. It's a little different, and it's a little modified for the individual, but they're going by a manual. Like when I was getting V2K, these guys knew nothing about me. They knew nothing about me. They're like, "Oh, you don't do drugs, you don't smoke weed, you don't do anything." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't." They didn't even know my age until a few years ago. They don't. There's a lot of things. They may know everything now. It's been 5-6 years. But at the beginning, they didn't know anything about me. They were trying to figure out things about me, trying to find out information about me. So can we blame the CIA for doing this? I don't know. I mean, I think these guys are torture happy and they're doing it on their own. I really do. I think these contractors enjoy torturing you. I think they have guys on there that enjoy torturing you. I've seen these guys. I've seen them in the fake psych ward. When I was getting the first time I was in there, I got tortured super bad. The guy, they always had someone sitting outside my room for some reason. Always had someone sitting outside my room for some reason. I don't know why. And the guy was, I mean, he was like, rubbing his hands together, and he was like, oh, super excited, like a little kid opening up Christmas presents because he knew I was going to get tortured really bad. That's how these guys are. They're crazy. And you wouldn't know it. Some of these guys look normal, and who's actually doing the torture, I don't know. I don't think it's the CIA. I don't think the CIA is sitting here doing the torture to us. I think, whoever has these weapons, they got them from somebody with a high security clearance. It could be ex-FBI or someone, like Dr. John Hall says. I think they hire these psychos to do this to us, do the bad torture to us. They enjoy hurting people. They enjoy it. They enjoy hurting people. So I want those guys to pay for this. Because you know what's going to happen? If this ever came out, the government's going to say, we didn't tell him what to do. We didn't tell this guy to take a laser to his head. We didn't tell him to do that. They did that on their own. They're going to throw these guys so far underneath the bus, it's not even going to be funny, if this ever came out. So the government and these agencies are going to be like, we didn't tell them to do this. We didn't hold a gun to their head and say, yeah, you better take a laser to his head. You better crush his temples in. So you did physical damage that will never go away. So these contractors are the ones that need to pay. They're the ones trying, in my program, they're the excuse me, they're the ones that are trying to steer my program in a downward spiral, and these agencies are actually trying to protect me. I swear to God. When I was getting tortured super hard, these agencies were like, you need to go to the doctor and get on medication, which would discredit me. I know that. And so this gets better, okay? Because they didn't want to see me sit here and get tortured to hell, by these contractors, which would discredit me and all that. And it did happen, I'm discredited and all this stuff, diagnosed and all this stuff, falsely diagnosed and all this stuff. So I want these torture-happy freaks to pay for this because they are acting alone. They're doing whatever the hell they want. They're out of control. And nobody's holding a gun up to their head and making them do this. They enjoy hurting people. They enjoy hurting us, So I just want to say that really quick. Like I say, I have people out there watching out for me. They don't want to see me sit here and get tortured by these freaks, These psychopaths are violent and they're dangerous, and they don't care about anything. They don't care about these agencies. They don't care about the government. They don't care about the DOD. They don't care about anybody. They're going to sit here and torture the hell out of you until somebody puts them in their place. That's what's going to happen, So they've been making all kinds of mistakes in my program. They tortured the hell out of me. They cut off their money. Someone cut off their money. Somebody with a long reach cut their money off, and I'm sure they don't know who did it. Someone in government did it, and that person is probably unknown, They cut my money. They cut the money off to my program. They don't have a blank check anymore, They don't, and stuff. So I just want to say that really quick. you know, uh, so I mean, everyone says something different and all that stuff, but that's the way it works in my program. That's the way it works in my program. They show me a lot of stuff and all this stuff, and these guys are contractors, and they hire people that like to hurt you, and they hire people that like to hurt you and torture you, and they don't care. They're on drugs, they're on alcohol, they're on pot, and they don't care. Anyway, I'm gonna cut this off. You guys have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.